Oh, I think we're live. Hello, welcome. It's Saturday night, and it's bucketing down. I'm stuck in the shack. I don't want to go from the shack to the house in the rain and get soaking wet. So I thought I'll just do a live stream. Why not? We'll see who is available and who's ready to talk. I'll just make sure the audio is okay. Oh, I can hear it. It's sounding pretty good. I'm okay. I'm happy with that. That's good. Um, so let me just monitor the chat here as well. I got my little paddy ready to see if anyone is going to jump on and have a Che hat with me. I'm not sure how. Maybe manage videos. Maybe even go live might be the way to go here. Harris Live. Here we go live. 3 views 2 days ago. I'm not sure on the iPad how I can see when and where and how my live is going. Upload live chat. Here we go, live chat. Let's go, not that one. I was thinking earlier I should do some, I don't know, some tutorials or some kind of a thing on what we can do to help people, or what I can do to help make use of the investment we make in our IT, and make sure we're getting as much value as we can out of money we spend, because things are getting tough out there. I've got an impression of. I think there's a lot of people not doing it as good as we used to, and so we've got to try and make more use of the money that we spend on bits and pieces, which is what I try and do all the time anyway. Yeah, like I love toys and new things, but what I try and do is get the toys and the new things to actually get the best use out of them, let's say. Sometimes I spend money on things that I shouldn't spend, but they just lead to a better quality of life and outcome, I find. So I'm happy to spend money sometimes where people would say that's a waste of money, but I just see that it's not, and I can get better value out of it by spending more money sometimes. Like doing a quality job as opposed to a cheap job is my approach. So if it means I've got to spend money to do a good job and then get more work, that is what I will do. I can't understand why I can't see my my live view here. Let me see if I can do it this way. So if I go there and then there, because I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on chats or anything. Oh, what's plus? Maybe that's it. Live. Let's have a look. Get started. So the iPad app is different to the Windows app. Oi, how's it doing that? Huh. It's trying to go live. Oh, with the iPad. I don't want that. What's this? Black and white. Scheduled? What the heck? No, that's wrong. I'm wasting time here, but I don't think any. I'll just check to see if there's anyone. No, there's no one currently talking with me, so we're good. I can go a little bit longer. Let's have a look. Very good. So how do I do that on the iPad? I did it before. I can apparently check to see. So it's got to be on my account. I don't get it. Why can't I see this? View channel. There should be something like live stream or something like that going on, surely. Live. Oh, here we go. Live stream. Live chat. Here we go. Got it. Got it. Live chat. Here we go. Got it. I've got to turn this down so we don't get double whammies here. There we go. Nice. So we've got the iPad with me. It's so funny seeing me on two different devices all over the place. All right, there's some. Oh, that's me. I was going to say there's someone there, but that's me. I'm pretty sure that's me. I can't look down here. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by your our community guidelines. Yeah, sure, that's great. I'll give myself a thumbs up because we're doing pretty well here with the audio and video being synced up. Seems to be making sense. I've got a couple of cameras hooked up as well. I've got one here on the laptop, which is just using the camera app, and that's why you can see the camera buttons and things like that. And then there's the other one over here, which is a webcam with a fairly clean interface in terms of there's no record buttons and stuff like that, but it's a lower quality. I've disconnected. I'll show you what I've done. Put it over here. Disconnected the normal camera that I use. I'm just charging the batteries up. What I've done is I've hooked up the this is the Canon XA10. It's a camcorder, as you can tell. It's from, I think, 2012. This is my A camera, my 1080p production YouTube camera, which is a workhorse. I love it. It only shoots in 1080p, but it's got a couple of batteries. So these chunky batteries at the back here last me 5 hours on each charge. I've got two of those, and then a smaller battery which does 2.5 hours. It's a 10 times zoom. It's got two lenses. One is a wide angle lens here, and the other one is a teleconverter, 2 times teleconverter, so it extends the range you can see optically. And then this one gives you a super close up focus. It'll focus on the end of the lens. This front lens, it'll focus on. You can see the dust on the lens. It's that close. It's so cool. The colors look awesome. It's not high res 1080p, which is fine for most stuff. But what I'm trying to do is hook this up wirelessly, and it's proving a little bit difficult. I've got a wireless transmitter here. It's meant for monitoring, so I can monitor on my iPhone if it's out of reach, and I can full focus and stuff like that, or compose the shot better. I was hoping that I could use that to hook up to this and then do walking around video, but there's another way I can do that with the iPhone anyway, so I'll show you that, not tonight because it's raining, but on another day. And the gimbal, this is really good fun as well. So this one here, I'm practicing using the gimbal to get some more artistic shots, if you like, to do not so much live video, but more recorded video. So they're the fun toys that I've got at the moment that I want to spend a bit more time on. Just going to continue charging that little black battery with. So we'll charge that one up. In terms of toys in the shack, there's heaps. I love it in here so much. The guitars, of course, and you can probably see it over that way. So behind me there, they've got the telescope, and then guitars up there, and bits and pieces. I've got a mixing desk right down here, and another mixing desk behind me over there. Why can't I point over there? So I can get sound and things like that the way that I want. And right behind me, there's a microphone here, and down below an amp, which I've talked about before, kind of ready-ish for busking. The idea being I'm going to get Ryobi batteries and then converters from DC to AC so that I can have power outlets out and about, and power the amp and other bits and pieces that I might need to do busking with. I've got a heap of microphones which I'm testing at the moment. So what I was doing the other day was I got these two microphones which emulate ears on a person's head, so it's supposed to give you a bit of a stereo effect, to see if we can emulate someone walking around and you listening, that kind of an idea. So I think it worked all right. I'm going to listen to the videos. I did that with headphones so that I can see whether that actually works or not. But this microphone I've got here at the moment is a MXL 550. It's a voice mic. It's a very cheap one, but I kind of like the sound that comes out of it. So that's cool. The microphones that I'm using here are Rode NT5s. They're super expensive, but a matched pair so that they're almost identical. And otherwise, I've got some even more expensive movie sound recording microphones, Sennheiser and Sony in particular. Oh, and the Rode Video Mic MTG, which is a really good mic actually for the indoor audio recording. Boomed, so you hold the boom up. I'll do a video on that as well about sound recording and what I use and how I do it. The Tascam Portacapture X8 is the device I'm using for that, which I'm also using for busking because it's got an audio interface and a mixer with 8 inputs. It's a really cool piece of tech, and I want to really do an explainer, I guess, on how you can make that work really well, and especially getting long life out of it. It's got a USB-C connector which you can hook up a battery bank to power it for a long time, for many hours. So you can use it pretty much all day if you had a reliable power source, which also lends itself to being powered by the Ryobi because there's a USB-C power point on that Ryobi equipment as well, from battery to 240 volt and then out again to power the Portacapture X8. And what else is there? I tied it up a little bit today too, so I'm trying to get things to the side of the room, so chairs and tables along the sides, and then in the middle of the room, as you can see here, in the middle of the room, it's more like blank with not a lot on the floor, so I can, if I wanted to, I could seriously just work. I could bring the motorbike in here if I wanted to and work in it, but I don't really want to. It's pretty messy and smelly. Or I can do other bits and pieces. There's a whole lot of gear that I want to actually explain too. So, looping pedal that I got as a birthday present from my wife, Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's so much fun. It's a one-channel, one-channel kind of electronic device, but you can loop an infinite number of times. You can put songs upon songs upon songs, or words upon words upon words, or phrases, or melodies, whatever, drum beats, whatever. You know, it's a very cool piece of equipment. I love it. So that is a welcome gift. There's also a app, Loopy Pro, which I'm running on the iPad. The iPad lets me basically do a couple of things. Loopy Pro, and then Loopy Pro actually talks to other apps in the iOS environment to add effects and other things like that for busking. So it'll do drums, it'll do bass, it'll do emulations on amps. So you can get some really cool sounds, I must say, out of the one app. It's awesome. It kind of leapfrogs onto other apps and brings all the sound into Loopy Pro, so you get one app talking to many other apps, and then really interesting results. So I want to get involved in that. I'm hoping I can take equipment with me to kind of broadcast live when I busk as well. So that means I could either busk out in the city in Sydney, and in winter, I've got to be honest, I'm not really keen to go busking unless it's a really good sunny day, because it's typically raining like this or freezing cold. So I'll probably kick off the busking in winter and do a lot of that here in the shack and just broadcast it live. Because I really do enjoy playing music, and I miss not playing music at church, but I just enjoy church. So I'll take the music and then leave the church behind. What else is there? There's not a lot else that I could talk about in a large, interesting way, except maybe photography, loving photography. I picked up a Canon M6 Mark II, and that is a really, really good camera. I love it. It's actually discontinued. The Canon R series are 5, 6, I don't think there's a 7 and an 8. They're all mirrorless cameras which piggybacked off the work that Canon did on the EOS M an initial mirrorless camera. I love the form factor of the M. The EOS M series is just really small and compact. It's an APS-C sensor, and the M6 Mark II, I think it's 36 megapixels. It might be 32.6. Can't remember now, but it's certainly a good resolution. It equates to the R6 in terms of quality pretty much. It doesn't do 4K though. It does 3.5K ish roughly, but I really don't care because I'm sticking to the 1080p resolution. It's convenient for my workflow because anything higher res is just going to take up too much space and too much processing power and too much everything. So I'm sticking with 1080p until it gets cheaper to go higher res, because everything else is being released in 1080p pretty much for production purposes on YouTube in particular. Although they are talking about 4K occasionally on 4K devices that can kind of display 4K. Anyway, 1080p is good enough for me. I'm waiting for the rain to stop basically, but it is still really bucketing out there. I'm not sure you can hear it or not. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but I can. It's very, very heavy rain. If there's anyone there, there's no one there. It's probably going to be a very quick and dirty live stream because I'm getting tired. I want to go to bed. It's only, oh crap, is that the time? It's 11:30. Wow. Okay, so I've actually got to get ready to go to bed. I just don't want to get wet. But I've got a feeling that it's going to be getting wet time. The only other thing I want to talk about there is the sound recording. I've been working on recording sound on indie movies. There's 3 movies that I've finished doing sound on. So recording actors talking and doing what's called Foley sound, that make believe sound that makes it sound real. I don't know. So I've got to do a sound edit for one movie production. So I haven't actually started that. I've got to look at the footage and then think about the music, think about the sound effects and the Foley for that. I want to get that done as soon as I can. And then I think that's about it. I don't have... Oh, I've got a movie shoot on the 8th of June that I've booked in for. Just one day to stand in for another sound guy who can't make it that day. And then there's talk of some other movies coming online, possibly later this year. And then I want to put a script together for a movie I'm doing. I can't wait for that. That's really interesting. But I've got to learn how to do a good tight script. I'm kind of anticipating the first draft is going to be a first draft, and I'll get some pretty harsh feedback from the people that I know who are making movies. So I'll just have to prepare myself for getting some constructive feedback and treat it that way, and then learn from it and make it better until it's good enough to make a movie, which I'm hoping to do by the end of the year or before the end of the year, so it can be kind of produced and then learnt from. Yeah. And I'm trying to do some changes here to the shack because while I love it, and it looks really, like I'm really pleased with the way the shack looks myself, but see if you get a bit of a view up there, you can see what I mean. It's got a cathedral type ceiling, or exposed beams ceiling, and I like that look a lot. It gives it a nice airy feeling, which I love. So open spaces and things like that. So the thing that's missing is that it needs a little bit of colour. So I'm going to I have some LED lights, and what I'd like to do with those LED lights is put them up and then be able to change colours around the room, probably along the floor more than anything else, and then I can dim the lights. Let's see if I dim the lights with my dimmer, and then that will let the other lights shine through and provide a bit more colour. look at that. See, the bathroom now is blown out big time, so we've got to turn that one off. And the problem with doing too dark is that then the computer sets the gain really high, and then you get this. You see how it's gone all grainy? Yeah, you get that look, and it's probably worse over here from this other camera stuck in the corner. Yeah, so it looks it looks pretty bad, but it is blown out there, kind of thing. So yeah, you kind of need the lights, but I want more colour in the room. So we'll turn the lights up, and then when we get the nice colours, we can play around with that. I mean, the blue in the background is not too bad, and the white, it's all right. But I want to make it a little bit more colourful. Yeah. Oh, and I just noticed, see the speaker there. They're a new addition. I've got some studio speakers there. So with the sound production, I want to make sure that I'm able to hear what sounds I'm making, so that they're reasonably good quality. In fact, better than reasonable. I want to do the best job I can do to get the audio quality good. That's about it. I'm also trying to sell a few things. I mean, the IT job market is pretty bad. I haven't gone back into IT since June 2023. I'm working in a hardware store now, and it's fun. I love it, but it's not paying anywhere near as high as it was in IT. So I'll give it a break for a little while, and then I'm going to actually use artificial intelligence apps to do my job applications going forward, and see how that works. I've read that works. It's a bit of a sad state of affairs, but there it is. And that, my dear friends, is it. I am super tired now. I'm going to bed. So I will wish you all a good night and catch you in the next one. I think there was one person who gave me a like and a thumbs up, so thank you for that. All right. Ciao, everybody.